Hello DorkiDori fans and YouTube. I am Len Midnight, owner and artist behind DorkiDori Auto Couture. I've been an artist my entire life, and DorkiDori for me is one of my many outlets for creativity. Outside of DorkiDori, over the last 5 years, I've been the lead singer and producer of my own band. We've toured the West Coast, released 3 full albums and 2 EPs, with a third EP coming out soon. I built a small business that designed, managed, and distributed band merch in that time as well. I had to shut down that business in 2019 as DorkiDori really became my main focus and has taken over pretty much any and all free time in my life. But back to the point, DorkiDori is a project I started in 2007. Originally, I set out to combine 3 of my favorite things in the world at the time: art, apparel, and cars. DorkiDori started off exclusively as an apparel brand that did very well. I wound up making a lot of shirts under my own brand, as well as branching out and doing a lot of freelance work. I ended up designing apparel for Parts Shop Max, Z1 Motorsports, MVP Motorsports, Jotech, Import Image, Gretty USA, and tons of other brands involved in the Nissan and drifting world. In 2013, I wanted to expand, and I made my very first set of aero parts. No one was offering OEM S13 Sylvia side skirts at the time, so I decided I would actually fill that gap. I introduced my S13 Sylvia skirt replicas as the DorkiDori S13 V1 skirts. Since that first set of parts, I have built an entire catalog of old school and long discontinued items for the S13 and S14. It blows my mind that since the first batch of shirts I made in 2007, DorkiDori has grown into something that is recognized and regarded in the 240SX scene as a brand people trust and admire. I never thought in a million years I would build something so special and that touches home with so many people with what I produce. I am beyond elated and happy that so many of you view what I do as something special. Yes, I do own an S13 hatch. I've been building S13 since my first in 2002. I have owned 5 S13s since, and my current hatch I've had in my life for 10 years now. It has been a very long and detailed build. I had to sell my last S13, which was a coupe, back in 2009 due to a lot of life issues. I was really torn up having to sell that car and never thought I'd build something that could replace it afterwards when I watched her drive off. I picked up my current S13 hatch in 2010, and since then I have built a car that outdoes everything about my previous 13 in every possible way. Over 2019 and into early 2020, I finished off a ton of lingering projects including suspension details, engine bay items, and finally getting my Power FC D-Jetro installed and tuned. A good friend of mine who owns a local shop named TrebTech helped me complete everything on my car, and I'm beyond happy with what he and I put together. I have been obsessed with details on this current hatch, and everything about her is so close to what I had pictured in my mind that it blows me away. The final details of this build are some Recaro seats for the interior, then paint and body work. I don't want to pursue the paint and body work until I have finished developing my S13 product line, as I would be very unhappy with messing up clean paint due to fitting parts. I love my S13 to death, and she is such a joy to drive every Saturday when I head out to my fiberglass manufacturer's shop. She is so easy to drive, insanely responsive, and is overall the combination of a decade worth of work and devotion. I wouldn't trade her for the world.